Hello, this is my first video and I don't really have a script, but I'm gonna be talking about what I think is up with Des in Deltarune. What we know is she's Noelle's sister, either is missing or dead and has been for a long time, and only 2 people have said her name so far, Rudy and, of course, Noelle. We have some more info from the Spampton sweepstakes, but not much. She clearly was Noelle's older sister, and based on the songs Lost Girl and Find Her, pretty sure she is missing, not dead. Now we know she's been missing for a long time because based on the spelling bee scene, she has been missing since Noelle was a little girl. One of the scenes we know about for her is the time when the icy mask winked at Noelle and they were burying it in the graveyard. The characters there were Asriel, Noelle, Des, and Chris. Chris put on the icy pizza boxes like a mask because the eyes were burnt out, and we can only assume that Des hit him with a wiffle bat because from a different scene in the actual game, we know that Des had a wiffle bat and hit Chris with it until he would stop lying about how I think Icy was real and eats kids. I think that's what happened. Like I said, this video doesn't really have a script, so I'm kind of going to be rambling. And yes, I am aware this is the first video on my channel. It's not the first video I've uploaded to YouTube, but is the first video on this channel. We also know from the Spampton Q&A that Noelle always opened the spam emails that said they were from Des or about Des. But Spampton does not know anything about Des. Also, for some reason, he calls Noelle a hoochie mama. So, yeah. We know that Des's full name is most likely December Holiday because of the scene where you walk on the buttons and it spells December. You and Noelle are there. And also because of the in Noelle's room in chapter 2, if you interact with the calendar, it always says the 25th of the last month, so Noelle must have been looking up December holiday. And of course Google would think that that is Christmas. So yeah. Rudy only talks about Des twice, once in chapter 1, once in chapter 2, when you interact with the angel statue in the hospital room. He says that he keeps it around because Noelle and Des made it. And in chapter 2, he says, when Susie comments on it, he says something about don't insult it. Noelle and her sister made that, and then Susie kind of feels bad. Now, something is that Des is the one saying the Goner text. Now the Goner text is there are two Goner text things, one in chapter 1, one in chapter 2. The text is labeled as unused. I'm not sure exactly what it's labeled because I don't remember. And the first one says something like, "Hello, is anyone there?" And something about it being cold there and so dark. The second one is something about it being super quiet and barely being able to hear themselves, and they can hear something though, and it's scratching, and only sometimes. Now, I am with the group of theorists that think this is Des, just because there is a bit of evidence behind it. Not much, but a bit, and it's more than any other character, so. Hey guys, sorry this is kind of edited in mid-video, and I said that I wasn't even going to edit later in the video, but I'm really sorry about the audio quality. I do not have a good microphone, and it's not even my phone microphone that I'm using. I'm using a real microphone, just not a good one. So really sorry about that, but what can you do? Anyways, back to the video. Then he says, "What? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear anything, but it sounded like they were talking to you." And I'm with a group of people who think that he said they were talking to the player, not Chris. Although he could have been talking to both. As in the you he's referring to. And we know that, like I said, Spamton has some sort of connection to Noel, and derived from that, Des. We also know that one of the items that Spamton Neo turns into after you fight him, the string scarf, fiber scarf, something. And even though you need to cheat in order to see this, Noel says it feels like guitar strings, and we know that Des had like a red guitar because in Spamton Sweepstakes, when you go to deltarune.com/Des, it's a red guitar and plays findher.ogg. So there's a connection there as well. We also see on Spamton Sweepstakes at deltarune.com/December, it is a fake 404 file not found, and uses language like this file has been removed or name has changed. So, and it's a fake Internet Explorer one that you would see around 1997, which kind of seems like it's a very important date because Spamton, one of his little insert things is Best Salesman 1997, and there's other things linking to that, but I don't want to get too sidetracked and can't remember them all, so yeah. This is probably going to be a pretty short video. And I'm not going to edit this. Yay. I don't really know what else to put here, because that's really all there is. I mean, could put some predictions for chapter 3, maybe? I mean, we all know it's going to be a TV world, and that it's not, and Toby already said it's not really going to be lore heavy, and it was very challenging to figure out how to make it work, so could be another 2 route thing like Normal and Snowgrave, chapter 2, or it can change whether you did snow wave or normal routes for chapter 2, because both of those would make sense if, well, the second one would make more sense if they had trouble figuring out how to do it. Hopefully chapter 3 and 4 come out sometime around at least November or September. I've been saving up money to get it since we know it's going to be the paid release. Yeah, so I forgot the names of the weather people that we see. We know that chapter 4 you're going to spend more time in hometown, or at least that's what we think. The OST for the unreleased chapters are pretty good so far. We got Green Room, A Hometown Day, and My Funky Town, and they're all pretty good. I mean, Green Room is just another hip shop, so it's good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there, guys, because, you know, it's a decently long video, and I don't really have much else to talk about, so, bye, guys.